Hello, 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 and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel where today we're talking about Chelsea versus Arsenal. Yes, this is a preview for one of the better games coming up this weekend in week 2, so stick around as we dive deeper into this. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, huge Chelsea fan, so obviously I'm going to be a bit biased when I talk about my preview for the Chelsea versus Arsenal game. But as we know, Arsenal just seems to be that one team that always causes Chelsea problems each and every season.
That's what I hate about you. That's what I hate about you.
In the last 5 times we've played Arsenal, we've only beat them 1 time. We drew once and lost 3 times. And every time that we've lost to Arsenal, it's definitely been frustrating because we've been the better team. Every time we play them, Arsenal seem to have a terrible season, terrible run of play. Every game they keep losing, and all of a sudden they play us, and they just find this miracle potion, and they're able to play up to our ability, if not a little bit better, or sometimes we play a little bit worse. Now, the same thing is happening again, even though it's only week 2 in the Premier League. We saw Arsenal lose to Brentford in their first match of the season. Yes, and it was an away game for Arsenal, but that should make a huge difference with the amount of money they've been spending. Now, if you saw recently in the news, they've definitely upgraded their squad a little bit more. They've spent about 130 million this window to bring in different players. Now, I'm not too sure if those players are going to be the best suited players for this year. I think they're definitely in a building stage right now, even though Arsenal's always been in the building stage. So I'm not too sure whenever they actually will rebuild and build on top of that, because it seems like they keep breaking down foundation and starting over every couple seasons. Who knows? But they did bring in some more players. I don't know if Odegaard's going to play this upcoming weekend. He was on loan at Arsenal last season. So again, this is a little bit easier for him to transition back into the squad. So he may be match fit or ready to play. But again, we're not too sure. And then they also bought Ramsdale, who I don't see starting anytime soon. They have Leno in between the sticks. So that signing doesn't really make too big of a difference. But overall, right now, Arsenal are struggling, as we've seen, and Chelsea, as we saw last week, are playing really, really well. Yes, Thomas Tuchel has been able to adapt this team pretty well by taking over last season and has continued that into this season already. As we saw, they got a 3-0 win against Crystal Palace, which wasn't really too surprising because, again, Crystal Palace is a pretty poor managed team right now, and Chelsea was just so much better. We obviously have so much more depth. Our players are so much better, and even our coaching staff is even better. So, again, that wasn't too surprising. But this is where that perfect storm happens again, where Chelsea are going to be a lot better of a team against a worse Arsenal squad, and anything can happen. Now, the big positive coming in this match, though, is that Thomas Tuchel is going to have his lethal weapon, Romelu Lukaku. Yes, Romelu Lukaku is going to be able to start this match, which I think is going to make a huge difference for us moving forward, because last season, we really struggled to find the back of the net. Yes, in our first game, like I said, we did find 3 goals. But last season, there were so many opportunities where we should have scored and had so many more chances to score, and yet we couldn't convert those chances. And that led to a lot of draws, a lot of nail biters, and games that we should have won, and we didn't. With Lukaku there, I think that's going to be a huge improvement in our scoring attacking third. Yes, we still have Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and a few other players to play up there. But again, I think Romelu Lukaku being right in the middle, spearheading our attacking formation should really help out. Now, again, this makes our formation a little bit different again, whether we go with a 3-4-3. I think that's what Thomas Tuchel most likely will do again. In the back, I think Thiago Silva will start now. I think he's got enough rest that he will play this game against Arsenal, which therefore I see Rudiger and probably Azpilicueta starting next to him, and then Reece James on that right wing. And Alonso, I think, is still going to be starting this week just because the way he's been playing so well. I don't think you can really bench him, but I think if he does have any mishaps, Chilwell will definitely step in as soon as possible. But right now, Alonso is going to be that starting guy. Now, all the other players in the midfield, again, going with Jorginho and Kovacic, I think those are the 2 guys we're going to stick with. And up top, Christian Pulisic, sadly, was affected. He has an illness right now, so he won't be able to play this game. Otherwise, I think he would have started this match, but because of that, I think it's going to be Timo Werner on the left wing, obviously Lukaku up top, and then Mason Mount on that right side. And I think this is going to be a really attacking third. We could possibly have Kai Havertz instead of Timo Werner, but again, I think Timo Werner is going to be the better suited for Romelu Lukaku because he's so quick. He's going to create all this chance, all this open space, and therefore give Lukaku really a big opportunity to score multiple goals. Now, I know people give Timo Werner a hard... They're very critical on how he plays, but overall, if you watch how he makes runs, he definitely is more than just a goal scorer, which I know we obviously want from him. But when you watch him play, he's able to open up channels for other players, which then gives him open space, as we saw in the Champions League when we won against Manchester City. Timo Werner made that run, which then pulled Diaz away from the center, which then gave Kai Havertz the opportunity to have a one-on-one and where he scored. I think he can do that multiple times with Lukaku, and as again, we've seen Lukaku in Serie A, he can score a lot of goals very quickly, and therefore I think this is going to be a huge build up for him. Again, having Timo Werner open up space for him, Mason Mount can probably play a few balls into him, and Jorginho can obviously play balls down the middle, and therefore I think this is going to be a huge game, not only for Lukaku, but for Timo Werner as well. So in this game, my prediction is the following. I think, again, Arsenal are going to be a very tough team to beat, even though they are a weaker side right now. I still see them probably scoring at least one goal, maybe two, but overall, I see Chelsea winning this. I think the final score is probably going to be 2-1. I think Chelsea, though, will cruise past after they get that second goal and really dominate the game. Arsenal will probably have a few chances, but again, they're missing their attacking thirds. Aubameyang, Lacazette, those guys are out with illnesses as well, and therefore they don't really have that threat up top right now. Once those guys come back, again, they may look a little bit better, but if they're not there, they don't have the key players to step up and score goals. Yes, they do have a good midfield. Their defense is lacking as of right now, but overall, I don't see them really dictating much of this game. Therefore, that's why I see Chelsea dominating. Yes, letting up at least one goal, but again, winning this game 2-1. So that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That means a lot. Helps grow this YouTube channel, helps with the YouTube algorithm. So again, if you can just do that, like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate that. So we will see you next time after the Chelsea versus Arsenal match.